pepperoni chips. The main ingredient is pepperoni, although you don't need to use that. I use Parmesan, Cheddar, and Mozzarella in this chip. And of course, I gotta add habanero because I love it. So they're gonna be crispy like a potato chip. You can use them in dips, you can use them with cheese, but they're gonna be all protein. This can replace potato chips, which are incredibly bad for you. Because I remember when I first started out on keto, you don't have enough snacks. Getting good snacks was something that was very important. Now I think I'm more focused on distances between my meals, but for beginners and stuff, or anyone who wants a snack, or if you're going to a party, you wanna bring your own snack, this is perfect. This is gonna be a quick video. It's a snack and it's not a lot to it. So if you follow me, you know I might be a little loquacious. If you do not want to follow my circuitous storytelling, then please use the chapters below. And if you want, you can go right to the end. So you can go right there and get the recipe, but stay with us. We'll have some fun. It'll be quick. Okay, so we're going to be using these little silicone cupcake pans that I have. I have a link to them down below. So if you're looking for a link for it, go down below. First thing we're going to do is put like a little pinch of any kind of cheese on the bottom. I've used Parmesan, and you're not putting a lot, just literally a pinch. You don't have we're not making like a cheese brick here or a cheese wafer. We're making something that's very, very light. This is actually cheddar. We want it to end up like a chip. So it doesn't have to worry about being held together because the pepperoni will hold it all together. Just a pinch in each one, and that should be enough. So as you see, I'm only putting a little bit in here, just barely enough to cover the bottom. In fact, most of the spots I could still see through to the bottom. Okay, and that should be enough of that. You might want to flatten it out just to make sure no strings of cheese are flipping out or anything, because what'll happen is it'll melt and be a hard little spike of cheese. Plus, I think every good Italian chef likes to touch their food. Now the next thing we want is the pepperonis. You don't have to use pepperonis. I like it just because they're the perfect size for a chip, but you can put in this whatever you want. One thing to mention is that you don't need to oil or grease or do anything to the pan. Everything that we put in there makes its own grease. So if at the end you want to flip them out while they're still a little hot, you can get some of that grease out of there. You can flip them out onto like a paper towel or something like that. So you're going to put one pepperoni in each one. And this is something you can make, you can keep in the fridge and take out if you're going to a party or if you have people over or something. If they want to eat potato chips and dip, you can have this and dip. This works perfect with the dip. And especially we're heading into summer, you throw this into a Tupperware type container, take it wherever you want to go. I'll show you the ones that I have. The links for anything I'm using should be below, and I'm not affiliated with anything. No one's sending me free stuff to test out or anything like that. So whatever you see in the link below is something that I've purchased and I'm using. If I'm still using it, probably is pretty good. Okay, so once we have these all full, now last time I put some oregano in it and it tasted great. I'm gonna try no oregano this time just to see what it's like. I'm gonna put a little salt in here. So each one I'm gonna, just a little, not a lot. See what that does to the flavor. Habanero peppers. Now they are a little hot, so not everybody likes them, but I love them. So I'll put a little bit of this in each one. Not a lot, you don't want to overwhelm it. You can also put onion in these or pickle. I mean, you can put whatever kind of flavors you really want to try in these things. They're almost like little pizzas. My last video, someone mentioned that they use spinach in one of the pizzas that I was walking through making, and that sounds amazing. It sounds awesome. So, that might be something you want to look at, maybe cooking up some spinach, putting spinach in there. This time, I'm just going to put the habaneros. They are hot. They will make you cry. Do not touch your eyes while you're working with habaneros. Trust me, I know this the hard way. And if you did touch habaneros, you want to make sure you wash your hands afterwards because they burn. Anything they touch, they burn. You scratch your leg, you scratch your neck, it'll burn it. So the next thing we're going to cover it with is mozzarella. And again, we're not using a lot. We're going to take a pinch and just maybe sprinkle a little over it. So basically, you want the cheese just to melt and hold everything in place. So there's not a lot of cheese. You're not making like a cheese cupcake. You're making like a chip. So it's gonna melt down. Everything's gonna melt down flat, hopefully, and it should be all smooth and golden. This is actually, I came up with this by watching Low Carb Love. She did something similar to this, made a pepperoni chip, and gave me the idea to use the cupcake pan to kind of hold everything else in and make it kind of like a little round chip instead of, kind of a natural looking chip. Give it a little bit of roundness to it. Okay, so you want to preheat your oven at 350, and once it's preheated, you're going to put this in there, and you're going to leave it in there. I would set mine for 25 minutes. One time I left it in 30 minutes. It got a little too crispy. I liked it, but it might be a little too crispy for people. You want to leave it in there until it's golden brown. Once they're golden brown, you can take them out, and looks perfect. In fact, you don't want to eat them even when they're warm. You want to let them cool till they're like a chip. It's always very hard for me. I always have to test one. Okay, so you want to leave these on a cooling rack, like some paper towels or something. Flip them over and let them cool on a paper towel. That'll help them get a little less greasy. Even with the grease, this is so much healthier than potato chips. I think it'll be okay either way. And of course, if you guys have seen in the past, I have a real hard time letting things cool down. I just want to dive in there. I just want to try it. I'm going to have one. It's going to be hot, and then the rest I'll put in the fridge for later. I love the habanero. Gives you a little kick. This is great though. I hope you liked it. If you like it, leave a comment. Think what you'd put in. Tell me what you put in there, because you guys have great comments on ideas on what to add. So I'd love to hear your comments. If you could also like it, I love seeing likes. They're always fun to see people liking it. But I hope you make these. I hope you enjoy them. So this is the container that I store it in, and it's ready for the fridge. Now, if you want to freeze them, you're going to have to vacuum seal. This is the perfect place to pause the video and take a look at the recipe. Still hungry for snack ideas? Try these. One of my favorites. They're so good, and they're sweet instead of savory.